everybody, welcome back to Spoon FPV. So I want to talk about this antenna. And if you don't know what this antenna is, you've probably been asleep. This is the Ion antenna. It is Video Aerial Systems' newest offering. And Video Aerial System, VAS, they're the ones that have brought you the Durspec. They're the ones that helped design the TBS Triumph antenna. They did the blue beams and everything that everybody started with. The Pepper Box. Oh my gosh, they got, if there's a fantastic antenna on the market, you know, chances are they either had a hand in the design of it or they make it. So with the exception of the Axie antenna, I don't think that they did anything with the Axie antenna for the design, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But anyway, as far as like good antennas go, like the VAS generally has the top ones. So I've been flying. Alex was nice enough to send me a set of these for review, and a couple weeks ago, and you know, I've been using them ever since then. And they come in black because usually he does blue and green. For blue would be right hand and green is left hand is his convention, and now he's doing with these, it's black for right hand and gray for left hand. Anyway, I filmed some stuff with them, comparing them against the Triumph and the Pagoda and everything else for weights and size, and maybe I'll clip some of that in. But I after using it for a couple weeks, I really don't think any of that matters, because I wouldn't recommend flying it on your rig. But I would recommend using it as a receive antenna. I think that this has, as far as omni antennas go, this has the best reception of any antenna that I've ever used. And the test that I ran to check that was I put it on a diversity module and I tested it against the Triumph, the Pagoda, the Axie, this one from Foxier, whatever that's called, and then I saw which antenna the diversity module, the Forge diversity module, tended to use, which one had the best reception as far as the RSSI for the antenna. And then I reran the test at the events by switching this one from the main module to the diversity module on the Forge to make sure that it wasn't like a preference thing or RSSI calibration, to kind of like zero that out. And in all my testing, in all the testing between those antennas, the RSSI was the best on this. So the diversity module preferred this antenna over all the other omnis that I tested. So I think that this is an excellent receive antenna, and that you should have, you know, a set for left hand reception and a set for right hand reception for your goggles. If I could only run one antenna for reception for basic mini quad stuff, this would be the antenna. I use this and a patch now is what I use for my combination for my diversity module, but this one is going to be my reception antenna for sure. As far as transmit on this, I don't think that this is a good choice for a transmit antenna, which is why I don't think comparing the weights and stuff or durability really matters on this. I did use this to transmit on my wing back there, my spec wing, and I didn't like it. I used it on a couple quads too, and I think that this has a big dead spot on the top of it and a big dead spot on the bottom of it. And that's how they get such a good omni, is by putting the reception, by squeezing that pattern, you know, out. The same with the Pagoda, right? If you use the Pagoda antenna, you're familiar with that dead spot on the top, because the Pagoda does the same thing. This one just does it better. And so when you bank, you get lost reception, or if you're doing some sort of freestyle or acro or whatever, this antenna, when it points like this to you, you're gonna lose reception, or your reception will get pretty bad because of that. But as far as a receive antenna, I think this is great. One thing though, for using it as a transmit antenna, that I did notice was that my video transmitters were not getting as hot, which tells me that it has an SWR, which is the standing wave reflection of, I think that's what that stands for, of near 1, which means that it's not reflecting much of the transmit power back. So maybe if you're using it for extreme long range where you want to keep the plane kind of level to yourself and you don't really care, like this might be actually a pretty good choice for that, for transmit. as well, because you're not going to get your video system as hot. A lot of people think that their transmitters get hot because the transmitter is no good, but a lot of times that's actually because the cable going to the antenna, or the antenna itself, is not very good. So the fact that my VTX came down ice cold after running this tells me that like this also has a really good SWR. So, you know, for whatever that's worth, like this antenna, it certainly, I would certainly use this for a receive antenna. I don't know that I'd recommend it for a transmit antenna, but for reception, this is no, I'm not going to say it's one of the best omnis I've ever used. This is the best omni that I've ever used for reception, bar none. I was using the Cyclone for my near reception before, and that has a more spherical pattern, but yeah, maybe I'll clip some of the other stuff in so you can see the weights. Okay, so there's a bunch of antennas here on the table, and these are all circular polarized antennas. So, and they're circular polarized omni antennas. So what does that mean? So this is not the type of antenna that we're going to be talking about. This is a patch antenna, and then you have your multi-turn helical antenna, which has a like a post and then turns on it. I don't have one here to show you, but these are for very directional reception or directional transmission, if you wanted to use them in that way too. But that would be kind of an odd use on a multi-rotor or a plane. And then these are, you know, your linear whip antennas, which are essentially, for 99% of the people out here trying to transmit video, these are garbage. This is what everything comes with. Don't use this. It's garbage. Okay. So the antennas that we have out here are the Cyclone antenna. We have the VAS Ion, the TBS, the Triumph antenna, the shorty one. I have some of the longer ones too, but I really like this one better. The Pagoda, the Axie by Lumineer. This is a Bosch cam antenna. This is the Foxeer antenna, and then this is a Spironet antenna by Immersion RC. Any of these antennas here are an upgrade from this antenna. And if you're using this antenna, you know, thanks Immersion for getting people into the hobby, but you can do better. All right, so let's weigh all of these. And I know that this one doesn't have a cap. I'm not investing in one to get a cap. So we have so that's 9.8 grams for that. Call it 10 if it has everything on there. 10.5. This is the Foxeer one. We're at 11.5. The Bosch Cam one, we are at 11 grams. The Lumineer Axie, we're at 8 grams. The Pagoda antenna, this is the ready-made. So this is, if you're not familiar with Pagoda, it's an open source design, and ready-made. This is ready-made RC's, their Menace version of it, but it is a Pagoda antenna. It's 10.2 grams. We have the TBS antenna. These are fantastic antennas. 9.7 grams. We have the Cyclone, which comes in at a big porker at 21.17, and then we have the VAS Ion, and that one comes in at 8 grams, 7.9. So yeah, 7.8 grams. So it weighs the same as the, or just a little bit more than the Lumineer Axie. All right, so that's the weights and such. I thought I'd pop those in there, and thanks for watching to this point in the video. And if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please do. And you know, if you hit the like button or put a comment down, it actually really helps me as far as YouTube's algorithms are concerned. You know, so if you like the video, please hit the like button, and if you dislike the video, hit the dislike button. You know, but like all of those things actually help me and help get my videos seen. So I appreciate all of those that leave comments, and I read them all, and I try to respond to as many as I can, which at this point is usually all of them. So you know, hit that like, subscribe, comment button, and you know, have a good one. And this is an awesome antenna.